Hi, my name is Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Shannon,
Adam,
Sarah, Amy,
Jack. And we've just been playing Ultimate Werewolf Legacy, which, as the name suggests, is a legacy game based on the kind of original Ultimate Werewolf, from which we had the kind of One Night Ultimate Werewolf series, which you're probably familiar with, but this is based on the original Werewolf. And it comes with this very nice, big kind of diary book. Now, I'm going to do this video without any kind of spoilers at all. I'll just kind of show you the intro, if you like. So when you first start, it's a very nice book. You get a little gold foil and things around the edge. There's a bit of flavour text essentially for each scenario, but you're playing through a bunch of scenarios. Now it tells you the roles, and at the beginning of the game it's the basic werewolf effectively. So you have a pile of villagers, a few werewolves and a seer, and these are just in the normal Ultimate Werewolf game, if you like. And the instructions are very good. It kind of talks you through step by step if you're the moderator. The italic text is what you're going to read out. There's some flavour text, tells you what to do. You shuffle the roll cards, you hand them out, etc. So it goes through, and having played the moderator, it's very clear, it's very easy to know what to do as a moderator. So that's great. You play kind of through your werewolf scenarios. In case you're not familiar with it, just briefly, everyone gets dealt a roll card. So secretly, each of these different people will be different roles. And the villagers are trying to kill the werewolves, and the werewolves are trying to kill the villagers. And you kind of are debating a daytime phase where you're like, oh, I think you're a villager or you're a werewolf or something. And you can nominate people. In fact, there's an app. We were using an app on the phone, weren't we? They kind of provide you with an app on the phone which does a countdown timer, and you kind of have to justify why you're a good guy or a bad guy, and people can vote. So you're trying to vote the werewolves and hang them. But then there's a night phase, and everyone closes their eyes, and the werewolves wake up and they get a chance to try and kill someone. The seer is an important role because they get to try and work out who a werewolf is in the night. They open their eyes separately, they point to someone, and the moderator will say whether or not they are a werewolf or not. So the seer kind of has extra information. But obviously in the day phase, if they tell everyone, oh, I'm the seer and this person's a werewolf, then the werewolves will probably kill him in the night phase. So you keep playing like this until the werewolves kind of outnumber the villagers, and then they can kill them all, and effectively they're going to win. So that would be like one game. So you go through the book, you write down the results in terms of who won and who was killed and things. So for our first game, it was the werewolves who won. And then you go through lots of different scenarios like this. As I say, there's more flavour text. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but there are a bunch of stickers. These are all stickers that have been taken out here and placed then kind of further on in the book, which changes what happens. So based on the results from your first game, in our case because the werewolves won, we change the roles, if you like, that appear. And then as we go through this book, there's lots and lots of different scenarios in here, and lots of different kinds of roles keep appearing in the different games. So some roles, might stay for the rest of the entire campaign. Some roles might just appear for one game and disappear. Some roles might be around for a few games, but it depends on what happens. After each scenario, there's different stickers potentially you're sticking, which changes future scenarios. So that's the legacy aspect of it. There is a kind of final conclusion. Having just finished playing it, you kind of get, as I say, quite a lot of flavour text in terms of who won and what the results were because this team won or that team won. But yeah, as I say, we just finished playing it. What do we think?
I'd never played any kind of werewolf game or anything like this before, and it started it really slowly so that you got completely used to it before you were really thrown in with loads of extra rolls and all that extra flavour. So it was, as a complete beginner, it was pretty simple to get started, and yeah, it wasn't too daunting not knowing what was going on in the beginning because it was really slow and started out really easily for someone who had no idea what they were doing.
Okay, Adam?
In contrast, I've played a lot of different like role games, hidden role games. I've played a lot of Werewolf itself and One Night Werewolf as well as others like Avalon and stuff. And I thought it was nice having the different roles, obviously without giving spoilers, but they added quite a lot to it. One thing I would say, you didn't get much chance to, like, this isn't like a spoiler, but you didn't get much chance to kind of work out the new roles, because they often changed, like game to game, you wouldn't have the same role twice, with the exception of some of the basic roles. But yeah, the kind of advanced roles, you didn't have much chance to kind of get to know. It's kind of one and done type feeling. But generally, I really liked it. It was really fun. I played 2 sessions. I think we played 4 altogether. I was here for 2 of them. That was really fun. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, Sarah?
So I've never actually played a legacy game before. I've played several games of Werewolf before and games that are similar. And I just really liked how changeable the game can be, because there's some things that happen that you don't even expect, and especially when people are good at their role and they know what they're doing, because things just go absolutely crazy. And honestly, I'm kind of sad that I have to not play anymore. I kind of want to replay it with a refill pack because it's a very fun game. So yeah, I definitely recommend it just because of how changeable it can be throughout the whole campaign.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Amy?
I really enjoyed this. I play a lot of werewolf and social deduction games, but Adam touched on it a little bit. Actually, you don't have to have the same group of people every single time, and I thought that was quite nice because, as you can imagine, getting together a group of at least 8 people, and I think this plays 16 altogether, including the moderator, that's a lot of people. Now, if you get that many people, it is a riot. We had a great time. I think we've had that many people twice, which was amazing. We managed to get 3 games done each time we played. I think that meant that we had 5 sessions altogether because there were 5 chapters. And we managed that pretty well within a couple of hours or so, and so it was really nice. Like Shannon said, for the beginners, people that have played werewolf games before, kind of the roles were refreshing. They were things that you might not expect, and some of the things that happen and that people do, even outside of the normal turns, can affect the game. If somebody breaks a rule, that can change things maybe. So it's really interesting to see everyone's reactions, even outside of the main turn, like kind of phases. It was really good.
Okay. Jack?
I thought it was fantastic. Like they said as well, the fact that you get even as many as 15 players together to play a game, that's impressive enough as itself. But the fact that the 15 players would still play the game and sit down in the same group for 2, nearly 3 hours at one time it's quite a feat, to be honest. And it just speaks for itself for the fact that everyone that wasn't playing was asking if we could reschedule to see if they could get into a session where we could play. It's that people were voting with their feet, I guess, for that, and trying to get into the games as much as possible. I felt that the game's progression was good. Every time the villagers did particularly well in a 3-night sort of block. Things got a little bit better for the werewolves. And if the werewolves did pretty well and were beating down the villagers, things got a little bit nicer for the villagers. I felt that at the end, whilst it was quite a charming ending for us in particular, it was quite abrupt. I don't feel like I'll be taking it home with me and going, oh, how about that ending? But other than that, I thought the game was great. Yeah, absolutely loved it.
Rating?
8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amy?
I think 9.
I'd probably say 9 as well, yeah.
I think it's sort of a 8 3/4, if you like.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll give it a 9.
Okay. I really like sort of base werewolf, if you like, and I played it a lot over the years, and I thought this was a great implementation. The legacy thing they've done really, really well. The stickers really do change it, so from game to game it's changing a lot, and as Jack says, it depends on the result of the previous game. So it kind of, there's like a catch-up mechanic, if you like. If the werewolves are too strong at the start, then the villagers get a helping hand, and that's really nice. My only criticism, really, which is a criticism of the basic werewolf, is that if you get eliminated on the very first night, then you're kind of out, and you just got to sit there waiting for the rest of the game to finish. Now, it is quite interesting watching when you can see who the werewolves are, and you see the villagers kind of accusing each other instead of ganging up against the werewolves. So that's relatively interesting, but potentially you could be sat out for quite a long time. Some of the sessions could potentially go on for an hour, just depending on the group and how many people you got in play. But aside from that, I thought it was really well done, and I had a great time. I think I would give it an 8 out of 10. All right, thanks very much for watching. That was Werewolf Legacy. Thanks, Jack.